you have a friend who wants to know how he can increase testosterone quickly?
My name is Eduardo García Cruz. I'm a urologist, and for more than 15 years I have been helping men who have problems in the sexual sphere.
My PhD thesis was on testosterone, and I'm going to give you my best advice to increase testosterone as quickly as possible. There are a number of points that we have to consider.
First of all, testosterone goes up and down every day.
Therefore, between 7 and 11 in the morning the level of testosterone is maximum and then remains low for the rest of the day.
And that is how it is, and it is normal, and we cannot change that.
Therefore, if, for example, you have done 2 tests 2 days in a row and one day your testosterone is at 600 and the other at 500, it does not mean that it has gone down or gone up, but simply that we have taken it at a certain time. Something different from that curve, okay? But if you want to increase your testosterone, what fails me the most would be quickly. I can help you, but quickly I don't know if it is the best idea. In any case, I am going to give you my advice so that you can increase your testosterone level. First of all, strong physical exercise, intense physical exercise rather than, for example, training for many hours at a very slow pace, running or riding a bike, because slowly it could not be enough to burn fats. What you need to increase your testosterone is to increase your muscle mass. Exercises, for example, such as CrossFit, interval exercise, lifting weights, boxing, this type of exercise where you need to develop a lot of muscle mass has been shown to increase the number of testosterone receptors that we have in our bodies, in our muscle, and that makes testosterone more effective. What will also happen is that when you generate muscle, that muscle eats fat and feeds itself. Building muscle is something very expensive from a biological point of view. That muscle needs a lot of energy. Where is it going to come from? Get that energy out from what you eat, or if it is not enough, it will be removed from the fat.
And what happens? That fat destroys testosterone.
Therefore, the less fat you have, the more your testosterone level will increase. That would be my number 1 tip for increasing testosterone quickly.
The second would be, basically, the diet.
Try not to touch processed foods, carbonated drinks, sweetened drinks, alcohol, or anything like that generically that comes out of a bag. Nothing that is industrial. Try to eat fresh foods, as little cooked as possible, proteins of high biological value, and also try to avoid quickly absorbed carbohydrates and fats. Okay? Basically, that's it, the Mediterranean diet.
The 2 diets that the World Health Organization recommends, as far as I know, are the Mediterranean diet and the vegetarian diet.
The Mediterranean diet and the vegetarian diet are the 2 best alternatives you have, because basically what you are going to achieve is lose weight and give your body high quality foods. There is a small nuance there that is with the vegetarian diet. If you follow a strict vegetarian diet, you could have a deficiency with some vitamin, so I recommend that you contact a dietitian to see if you need supplementation, especially if you're watching this video, because I understand that, well, if you want to improve testosterone, then you are interested in sports performance. Either you are thinking or you're already doing a lot of sports, and there you might need some supplementation if you are on a vegetarian diet. But the vegetarian diet would be fantastic because you can get proteins, for example, from soy, seitan, of chickpeas, of lentils. That would be my second piece of advice.
The third piece of advice, and this is a bit of a strange piece of advice, but if you see, for example, and this is something that was especially explained to me in my degree and I remember, it's kind of funny, there is an exercise called the cat horse. The cat horse is an exercise that is done
putting yourself on the floor on all fours and curving your back in and out. This exercise is called the cat horse, and it is an exercise that massages your adrenal glands, and your adrenal glands are responsible for 5% of testosterone, which is not much. But if we massage them and do that repeatedly all days, that manages to increase testosterone a little, and in the end you are already doing physical exercise, you are eating well, and that part can help you have an extra. I remember that it was something that stuck with me because they explained to me that soccer players did it. American to try to increase their testosterone levels even further. So, these are the 3 tips that I think are honestly the best I can tell you. Intensity exercise. Diet and do this exercise the cat horse, something that I do not recommend because it is going to give you problems, something that seems like a shortcut but in reality it is not, is to use anabolics, use more testosterone in general, the things that come out of colorful bottles and that they promise you the moon is generally a bad idea because it is a shortcut. I think that no. You are not going to get to what you want sooner because the problem is that you are going to raise your testosterone level, but that is going to only last for a certain time and then you go to have problems maintaining the level of testosterone that you have today because your hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis is now working well, and if you use some of these products, if you use anabolics, what is going to happen is that your hypothalamic pituitary gonadal axis is not going to work well. No, pay attention to people who say about recovery that you can then inject yourself with things to recover. Yes, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I have seen young men who with a single cycle of anabolics have ruined their testosterone level for life, and it is something very dangerous and I do not advise it. And that's why I think that although it seems like a shortcut, it is not, because you will increase your testosterone level temporarily, but then you will be worse than you were. That's my opinion. What you can do, because it will make you healthier and much better athletically, is high-intensity physical exercise, interval training, boxing, that type of thing. Mediterranean diet or supplemented vegetarian diet, and do this funny exercise that I explained to you about American football players, which seems to improve a little more. If you are interested in this topic, here and in the description you also have a link that will interest you. And if you found this video useful, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. You know that in Tengo and Amigo OK we have a lot of videos about men's health, sexuality, urology. All the best.